This the NC State, riding round in my NC place. The Winston Rams and EC State. Yes, NC's great, from Cookout to Bojangles Place. Wouldn't rather be in any place. This the NC State. It's a beautiful day in the R.
So what up, y'all? Welcome to No Fluff TV. It's a beautiful day in the R. I have one of NC's own right here, Miss Leczluther. We're gonna jump right into it. This is my first interview. It's her what interview?
Well, first like live,
Okay.
you know, like non-radio interview.
Yeah. So we both got a little first going on right here today, and so I do want to thank you for coming on to No Fluff TV. We're in her storage unit.
You're supposed to call it a studio.
Oh, studio. But this is where you say you do some rehearsals and everything.
Yeah, correct.
So yeah, that's dope. And one thing I do want to say is that I've done as far as watching. You know, watching meaning just when I'm scrolling and seeing stuff is like I definitely appreciate your commitment. Even just talking with you a few minutes ago, your commitment to being an artist and everything. So basically, what I want to start off with is your history. Like, you know, what influenced you musically?
Oh, okay. As just a regular musician or as a rapper?
Both. I want to get all of that.
Okay, so here's the thing. Like, I'll make it really quick. It's like my artistic genealogy.
Okay.
So my mom and dad met at Shaw, one of the hottest HBCUs in the world.
Shaw U
Bears. And they were both auditioning for the same position as choir accompanist.
Okay.
And so my dad played by ear, and my mom could read.
Okay.
And my mom won the gig, but my dad won my mom. Pretty cool, right?
Gotcha.
And so we always had music in our house. And my dad my dad's a pastor, his dad's a pastor, so we always we were always involved with music in the church, in ministry. And so I was, always singing a lot. And I played piano, took lessons with my mom a little bit, and then I played flute and bassoon, and got my master's. Eventually in orchestral performance from Manhattan School of Music, worked at Juilliard. So I've performed with some incredible musicians, worked with incredible musicians. And when I was living in New York, and my sons were born, it started to make me really think about the relevance of like Rachmaninoff and Stravinsky, who were composers, just a few that I like, that I love. And I just thought, like, the average person won't have can I cuss? I don't want to hurt your feelings or something.
On TV.
Okay, all right. So I mean, you look kind of Christian. I am too. I'm on the like the fringe. Yeah, I'm on the fringe of Christianity. I mean, I'm just I just love pinky toe in the world.
Yeah, I got you.
So I can relate to the people.
Yeah, we keep it real over here. It's No Fluff TV.
Okay, so I knew that I lived in the Bronx, and I knew the people that I knew in the Bronx, in my neighborhood, Marble Hill, wouldn't be fucking with classical music. Not because it sucks, but there's no relevance. I mean, not at all. Just an interesting thought is that when I was in school, working on my degree, we were all being told that the orchestra was a dying dinosaur, and that eventually it would not even be practical because it's limited value. Do you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
It really is, I think, a commodity for the aristocrats, but they're not a lot of aristocrats, right? They're more regular folk, more of proletariat, if you will. Okay. And so I just stopped performing the same way, and I started singing bachata, which is a kind of music from the Dominican Republic. Yeah. Because my baby's daddy was Dominican. Really? And and I love bachata. Like, I love it, and I really appreciate the Dominican culture. Nice. And so I, sang bachata, did a production, did some competitions, but then just kind of like that project lost momentum. Like there just wasn't enough value for me to stay interested. And so I tried a couple of projects, some neo soul, some songwriting, some jazz, and
so you've been across the board.
I mean, I've looked at a lot of different perspectives because I know that I was born to perform. Like my degree is not, I teach, but my degree is not in education. I'm a performer.
Okay.
And so I have two boys. They're now 20 and 23, and they always were listening to rap music. And my youngest is an incredible rapper, and so I listened to his music, and I mean I felt like I was listening just for the sake of listening, forgetting that as an artist, as a musician, having been trained, I analyze everything without even thinking about it. So I've been listening to Lil Wayne and different people and just analyzing it. And then unfortunately my son, he became incarcerated last year, and there's a series of other things, like a crazy relationship with my soon-to-be ex. Let's just call him ex. All right.
Ex. You missed out, bro.
And it was just a series of like the perfect storm of a clusterfuck. Shit just happening along with my son not being locked up. And I was just like, and then I met this producer, an area producer. And it's like all of a sudden I was like, I need to rap. Like I didn't think about it. It's just like I don't know what happened, but it was just like a moment where I just realized I need to rap, and that was it. That was June.
That was June when?
Last year.
So you just started rapping June of last year?
Yeah.
Just kind of out of the blue.
Yeah.
Wow. And you've committed yourself to it, like that you're doing shows and you're doing video shoots, you have a choreographer. Wow.
Like, I mean, I don't think it was something where I was like, let me try it out and see what I'm gonna do. It's like from the jump, I was like, this is it. Like, it's no joke. Like, it's the most important thing to me.
Wow.
Like, literally, it is the most important thing to me.
Okay, so all right, so you say you have two boys.
Yeah.
In their 20s.
Yeah.
How do they feel about their mom stepping in the rap game?
Well, I mean, initially, I've had to develop. Jesus didn't start out, coming out of the womb, like frying fish.
Okay.
For 5,000.
Gotcha.
I had to work up to
Gotcha.
it. I'm not
Okay.
comparing myself to Jesus.
I know what you mean.
I know, but I'm here with you. So, I mean, there were some times when I would work on stuff, and like my eldest said something like, "You just sound like you're reading.
Yeah.
Like maybe you would be like a great rapper for like Disneyland or something.
Yeah.
Like that would be like your flow, like a Hannah Montana rapper."
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that's cold as fuck. And then my youngest that raps, I mean, he was actually supportive. I mean, he come on my IG and make statements like, support my mom. But I'm sure there is at times a lack of comfort in our being in the same arena.
Yeah.
But we do different stuff. Like I mean, he does like for real trap music, and I have elements of it. But I do some conscious rap. But I love the trap beat. So yeah.
And so you're doing music now. The son is doing music, and so do you feel, because most rap, I would say rappers are competitive. So like I used to want to rap too, like. And that's why I say appreciate, like, because most people that came up, they had someone that made them like, okay, I want to rap. Like mine was Cannabis. I say Cannabis started a whole lot of people to start rapping from my generation. And so, and that's why I say I can appreciate it, because you kept going. Like I never got to that point to where I'm like, this is all I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna keep going. I still might want to do something, but I would never try to, I guess, reach out like you had. And like I said, that's one of the things I appreciate. So, being that you have all of this history as far as being an artist and playing instruments and everything, are you infusing that in your music? Like, are you making the beats?
I'm working on that now.
Okay.
Like that's my new thing, that I want to be able to do my own beats. I mean, obviously there is monetary motivation for that. But I mean, I've been fortunate to meet some really cool producers.
Okay.
And it's nice to be able to collaborate, and I think that's where growth comes from, is when you're collaborating with other people. So I have a dope ass producer in Greensboro, Nemo Wesson, who I've worked with several times. The last two projects that I've had, well, 2 tracks. I've done are his, and he's.
Are they online now? Like, are they available now?
They're dropping in June.
Okay.
And it's going to be a massive drop.
Okay.
Massive.
Massive.
Like, seriously, it's gonna change shit. Like a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm different."
Yeah.
No, this shit is gonna be different.
Okay.
Yeah, like on point, full of content,
Yeah.
nice and meaty.
Nice and meaty.
Yeah.
And so that means you write your own bars now.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do have an EP out, right? Is it?
I
EP?
do.
You call
Yes.
it EP?
Yeah.
Called Win.
Yeah, I win. I win. In fact, the tune on it, I win, is Meanwhile Weston's, who's the producer.
Okay.
And I gotta give a shout out to the other producers because I work with other producers.
Yeah.
Shout out obviously Meanwhile Weston. Shout out to D Suttles in Kentucky. Shout out to Aries, the producer in Myrtle Beach. Shout out to the Untouchables in West Columbia, South Carolina. Sip Got Hits and Sticky Beats. And then shout out to Alo, the tour producer for I Love Being from the South tour. What's up, Miss Classy?
Word.
Yeah.
And so look, how much are they charging you? Because you said, it's kind of like a strain. I know how it can be because, I was looking at trying to buy beats. I do beats myself, but like I was the one that didn't want to rap on my own beats. And so like I would look for people who were selling beats and it's like, bro, that's too much money for a beat. Like it's just me.
I think what has been key for me is to be able. I mean, there are bajillions of producers because they're constantly hitting me up, and I really lean towards the producers that I know, like they're in my area.
Okay.
Like I can go and see them because then we can forge a relationship. That's what I really love about working with Meanwhile is that we've spent time together. He knows me, so when he does a custom beat for me, he knows what Leczluther's sound is like. He knows what I'm looking for. And that's a worthwhile investment.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't work together like that anymore either. Like, they just send in, all right, just put a verse on this, and then send it back. So I think it's good that where you can get with someone, work together. So that does, help to make the magic happen. So what about your name? Where does the name Leczluther come from? Like, I think we heard of Lex Luthor from Superman, the villain. So, are you a villain?
I'm sure that somebody I am. No, it's not like that. I was working with a producer who we were having a discussion, and he like threw out, "Oh, I really dig the Joker." Like from Dark Legend, Dark Knight. And I'm like, yeah, nigga was good, but his ass is dead. I mean, like Heath Ledger. I mean, he's good, but he was too good. Maybe he sucked a little bit more, right?
Right.
And I was like, okay. So I thought, I don't know. I just went off on a tangent, an adventurous tangent in my brain. And I was like, well, I really do prefer Marvel, but they're not like a lot of chicks in Marvel. Like there are, right? So I thought, I like DC Comics. It's a little darker. You know what I mean? And so I was like, I can't think of him, but I want to be Catwoman. Like this is. So then I thought, oh, Leczluther. I read at some time ago, that he's one of the smartest characters in the DC Comics. He's not the smartest, and obviously he's not a superhero because he's just like a regular dude, right?
Right.
But he's the smartest. And so I thought, you know what? I'm gonna be like Leczluther. But then I kind of chopped up the spelling a little bit, Lecz, and it just works.
Yeah. Okay, so.
And well, can I tell you something?
Sure.
And then guess what? What would be weird is getting used to saying Leczluther instead of my government name, which we shouldn't use on camera at all.
Okay, I'm not telling you that, but I'm gonna answer right after.
And so now when people call me Lexi, like it turns me on, like in a creative, like not like that. Like no, I'm not gonna jump your bones. Like you can say my name. I see the ring on your finger. Mad respect, man. Mad respect. Now it turns me on because it kind of unleashes that artistic part of me, the civilian part of me. So when I'm walking down the street, or if I'm at a gig or a performance, and someone says Lexi Luther, that shit is hot as fuck.
You almost turn it like
it's like a drug
super more. Yeah.
I love it.
Or Lexi.
Lexi Luther. Luther. There's a rapper that lives in the Apex, big Sniper Seattle, and so he'll call me Luther. And that's cool, but a lot of people just call me Lexi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and now I wanted to also ask, like, you had mentioned, I think your baby or your son's father was from Dominican Republic.
Yep.
Is that where you get the Spanish kind of influence in your music?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah, I noticed that up there also.
You know, I truly believe that I was born to speak Spanish. Like, I only took 2 years in Spanish, and I outspoke my teacher, my raggedy ass teacher at Garner High School.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was whack as fuck. She said, well, you know, dear, blacks do better because you all learn languages faster. Wow. And I don't think that's true. I think we just be smart.
Yeah, definitely.
The fuck?
I honestly didn't get it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know a few words and.
Let me hear you say something.
See?
Well, I know you did.
Baño.
El baño. Oh, all right.
And I got that from working at, because I work at the hospital. So I don't know what, I was just staring at the little sign. I'm like, oh, that's what they mean.
Oh, yeah, baño. El baño.
Yeah.
But when I was with my husband, well, he's not my husband now, but my baby's daddy, I was pregnant with him.
Okay.
And I was doing a competition. And I was just like, hey, I'm doing this competition. I'd really like your help. And you know what he did? That little vagabundo? He joined the fucking competition. Can you believe that?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so, artists are selfish.
Yeah,
and then I had to drop out because, like, my due date was coming up soon, and I was big, and it was just uncomfortable. But I always felt like, you know what, I sacrificed my art because I knew I needed to dedicate myself to my kids.
Yeah.
And I was just like, if I ever get another opportunity, I gotta tell you something. Guess what happened?
Tell me.
Listen, y'all.
Tell me.
So I lived in Ohio for a while, Columbus, Ohio.
Okay.
And I went to a hip hop summit, like they had just started the summits, and it was like 2000 something or another. Let's say 2015, so you don't think I'm really old, okay? And so it was people from artists, execs from New York, and I had gone there. I had my kids with me. They were much younger. And I looked fly. I had my little ponytail on, my little contact lenses, and I
what color contact lenses?
They were blue.
Woo!
What now? You know what? And with the makeup and everything, I looked a little mixy.
Couldn't tell her nothing.
A little mixy. And so I was like, man, this is awesome. And it's just like the vibe was right, and I was first in line. And so I had a bachata production, a brasame, and so they played it, and then I remember he said, oh yeah, well your introduction is too long, which it is, but it's a different standard because it's a different culture, whatever. So I was like, cool. And so he said, all right, well sing something for me now. And so I was like, oh my gosh, hoo-hoo, what do you want me to sing? And when I turned around to say I'm going to sing this, I'd been pushed out of the way, and someone else was there.
Wow.
I beat myself up, like I was devastated because I missed it, and I wasn't ready. And I promised myself, and I tell my students this too, I promised myself I will always be ready. You're not going to catch me ready. I'm always going to be waiting for an opportunity that doesn't yet exist, so I don't ever experience that again. So when June popped up, and I can't say the opportunity presented itself, it just was, the opportunity was always there, and I was like something just happened. It's probably I was smoking pot, and I'm not lying. And I was like, oh okay, waves make you see better. And once that opportunity became available, I was just like, I'm not going to miss one moment. I'm not going to miss a beat. I'm going to ride this wave like, I don't know. I'm gonna ride hard. It is not easy to be a rapper, and the hip hop community, hip hop scene, at least for me, has not been easy because it's not where I've spent a lot of my time, like the culture. So there are a lot of things I've had to learn, and then because of my because of my chronological status, people that are around my age aren't doing this,
Mm-hmm.
and then people that are younger may not always fuck with me necessarily, like some do.
I know what you mean.
So I spend a lot of time all by myself.
Yeah.
A lot of time all by myself,
Yeah.
which is not comfortable, but you know, it lends itself to writing, which I do a lot of.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't afford to fuck this up because there is no other chance.
Yeah.
This is it.
That's
Then
it.
guess what I recognized?
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't that I missed that first opportunity. Maybe that first opportunity was a test or a quiz. So that when this came, I would be ready for sure.
Yeah. I think that's a dope way to look at life. I mean, you know, sometimes we do miss opportunities because we're not prepared. Sometimes we're too afraid, and you know what happens is, like you said, we're looking back, you know, in a state of regret. And so, you know, I think that's dope. You say you teach.
Yeah, I do.
Teach where?
I can't tell you because I keep those. I keep it
each
separate.
Okay.
I have to.
But is it like is it college or
It's
is it like
K through 12 little situation, and so I teach music and Spanish.
Okay, yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
And wow, so that's dope. My wife's a teacher, so you know that's why I was asking. Just kind of curious. And so, you know, I think that's like I said, that's a dope lesson that we all should learn. Because some of us, even as adults, you know, we are doing things, and you know, we deal with regret a lot, and so it's good to see, you know, you move forward with that. And so I wanted to get into, you know, like, what is your vision as an artist? Like, you say you started last June, and you're about to come up on a year.
Yeah.
And so let's just say, you know, you do a show and freaking Jay-Z's in the audience. And he pull you to the side and say, Leczluther, I want to sign you to Rock Nation right now. Just tell me what your vision is and we'll make it happen.
I mean, this is post, obviously, having my attorney to look at it, so I'm in a crappy deal.
Listen, artists.
I know that I'm going to commit the next 10 years to performing like as Leczluther, like hard. Like that's all I want to do. And then I want to branch. Definitely, I want to, you know, do some beats, be a producer, and then I want to move into doing film production, like music for movies, composition, and then helping other artists. Which is, I mean, I try to do that now. And I just want to tour. I want to go around the world. And share my message and my content with you know, other people to inspire them and to inform them where I can. I don't know everything, but whatever I know, I definitely want to share. And to collaborate with other artists.
What artists would you like to collaborate with? You know.
Well, I'm kind of salty. Nipsey Hussle would have been one, and I'm not saying that just because he just passed away. Before he passed away, I was totally like into his shit, like listening to it and unpacking it. And I loved Nipsey Hussle. Like I really did. I loved everything that he was about, and I did see him as a kind of sort of Dr. Sebi, kind of leader, maverick, trying to enlighten folk, the African diaspora. So him, Kendrick Lamar.
Really?
Sookie. Yeah, I love that. Hood Politics.
Right.
Yeah. I would love to work with him. Tyler, the Creator.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I just like that he is a nonconformist, and his beats, his tracks, they're just incredible. It's like the Stravinsky of like beats. Like he doesn't make his beats. I don't know. Cardi B, because I lived in New York, and I knew like those Cardi B-esque people. I mean, like that's like real. Like that's not hype. Like that's just legitimately.
Oh yeah, we believe that's real.
And so I would definitely like to work with her. Trying to think if there's anybody else. This sounds strange. I never thought I would say this, but Lil Wayne.
Really?
Yeah.
Weezy.
Yeah. I just have great respect for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, now this is gonna truly show you that this is No Fluff TV.
Okay.
Let me see if I'm in this man's way, cause he's making all this noise.
So you guys follow me on Instagram, Leczluther, and I have a major announcement coming up in June. It's gonna that shit's gonna be a bomb.
It's gonna be the bomb.
Sookie.
So okay, and this is with the guy out of Greensboro, right?
Yeah, Meanwhile Lesson. I mean, it's a big kind of project because I mean, I'm working with Meanwhile. I already actually this weekend. Oh, I didn't tell you. So I was in the studio on Sunday and Monday, and on Sunday I was at Studio 88. What's up, you guys? In South Carolina.
Okay.
Recording a track, and then the next day I'd come back, and then I went to go hang out with some friends of mine in Fayetteville and recorded another track. So I've never done that.
You've been busy.
Yeah. So and then I had my choreographer, Ro, and then Jay, who works with them, and they're helping me. It is pretty major.
So let me put you on the spot then. You sing.
I do.
So what if I got asked for a little taste? Let me a shot glass worth.
Okay. All right, you got it. I've got one.
I'll put you on the spot.
Yeah, but you know what? I promised I would always be ready. So.
Yeah, and this is right. I asked you.
Now, if you ask me to do like a skateboard thing, I can't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I suck. All right. So this is a song that I wrote, and it's entitled "Promise Me."
Okay.
All right. Promise me you'll do your best to care for this lady before you. Promise me your words will be fair and always true. Promise me you'll da-da-da and give your heart to me. Be my man, sun up and sun down. Promise me.
Wow, yeah, that's good right there. And look, man, I appreciate you meeting me today. We learned a lot. I learned a lot, definitely. I'm not saying that you don't, seem intelligent, but I've really learned that, you're really intelligent. You're musically inclined, and I'm encouraged, and I would say you've influenced me to move forward. Just keep pushing, man. And so I hope y'all enjoy this, man. And y'all make sure y'all go follow her on Instagram, Facebook and all of
I have
that.
Facebook. It's kind of like not working so well, but
Okay. Well, follow her on Instagram.
Yeah, check me out. I got my visuals on YouTube. I have a visual shot by Shiraz Belushi open, and then I also have a really dope ass promo video that I put there like maybe 6 weeks ago. Check that shit out and get you guys. I'm serious. This summer's gonna be fucking incredible.
Right.
El verano será increíble, por favor.
Beans and disease to you too. Word. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Thank you so much. It's a
dope.
pleasure. Thanks for having me.
And y'all forgive these people that keep riding by and making all that noise. But yeah, check us out next time on No Fluff TV.
It's the NC State, riding round in my NC place. Them tall hills and NC State, yes, NC's great. Cheer wine in my NC State, wouldn't rather be in any place. This the NC State, riding round in my NC place. The Winston Rams and EC State, yes, NC's great. From Cookout to Bojangles Place, wouldn't rather be in any place. This the NC State, yeah, J. Cole.